Good afternoon, guys. In this sessions, we can start with next chapter, that is deductions under section 80C to 80U, that is deductions from gross total income. So in this, basically, we have more than 20 deductions, but as per individual and exam point of view, there are 14 deductions where you need to remember. Okay, first one is 80C. So 80C, you need to remember the main thing, it will be savings. Okay, so whatever the savings you are making, you can get deductions under section 80C, like if you are investing on any mutual funds, or if you are purchasing any life insurance premium, or you're investing in national savings certificate, or you're contributing in recognized provident fund, then if you're paying any tuition fees of your dependents like your children's, if you're uh, married, as if you are paying any tuition fees for your children, it will comes under 80C deductions. And you have repayment towards the cost of purchase or constructions of residential house. So you need to remember, under 80C you need to allow only the deductions for repayment of installment. So we'll be getting interest and loan in some other. So there are two terms while paying in loan. So EMI includes two. One is installment and another one is interest. So for installments, you will be getting deductions under section 80C. Okay, for interest you will be getting deductions under some other section where we can discuss later. Okay, so you need to remember these items. So the deductions amounts will be gross qualifying amount or 1,50,000, whichever is lower. Next, 80 triple C, premium paid towards pension fund. So here sometime we need to contribute for pension fund also. So there the gross qualifying amount are 1,50,000, whichever is less. Next, 80 CCD. So if you're contributing through new pension scheme, same. So your direct will take amount like amount how much they're investing are 1,50,000, whichever is less. But here we need to calculate gross qualifying amount also. So how to calculate under 80 CCD means, so you have the formula. So you need to add two things, that is amount contributed by the employee or 10% of salary, whichever is less, employer's contribution. So your employees contribution plus employer's contribution, both you need to add. So you can check the formula, amount contributed by the employee or 10% of the salary, whichever is less. For example, if you're getting 10,000, so you need to take employer contribution or 10% of salary, whichever is less. Again, if you're getting some 15,000, so 15,000 plus 10,000, so you will get 25. So maximum limit is 1,50,000, so whichever is less. Okay, in this sense, for example, say amount contributed whichever is less, in this sense you may get 50,000. Employer's contribution or 10% of salary, you may get 60. So 60 plus 50, 1,10,000, 1,50,000, whichever is less, 1,10,000. So you can take 1,10,000. So if you are getting here 1,60,000, you can take 1,50,000. So if you match all the deductions from 80C, 80 triple C and 80 CCD, you should get maximum of 1,50,000. You can't avail more than 1,50,000 in case of 80C. So you need to remember this. If you combine all three deductions, the maximum limit allowed is 1,50,000. Next, you have 80 CCG. So here when you are investing on any new equity schemes, okay, so here there are some conditions. Your gross total income, that is if you aggregate, if you are taking aggregation of all 5 weights, it should not exceed 12 lakh, and you need to invest on listed shares only, and you need to be a retail investor. What do you mean by retail investor in this sense? From your own account. So you have some demat account, right? So from your own account you need to invest. You should not take the help of others, like you should not go through organization. So there are some brokers or whatever we will be calling as brokers, or some organizations will be there. So you should not take the help of that organizations. You need to directly invest, that is retail investment. Next, so there 50% of the investment or 50,000, whichever is less. Next, 80D. So if you are taking any medical insurance premium, so if you are ordinary citizens less than 60 years, so you'll be getting 25,000. If you are senior citizen, so OC means ordinary citizens, SC means senior citizen, so 50,000. Next, 80DD, expenditure incurred on medical treatment of handicapped. So you need to remember here, this deductions will applicable for individual dependents. For example, if you are assessing your mother, father, your brothers, sisters, whatever may be, but for individual you'll be getting deductions under section 80U. Okay, so for dependents, so you'll be I hope you people know disability rate. So almost for handicapped people or whatever may be, for any defections, the government hospitals or government doctors will specify some rates. So if that rate, that disability rate is between 40 to 80%, 75, if it is less than 40%, you are not eligible to take deductions under section 80DD. For more than 80 to 80%, 1,25,000 is the maximum limit. Next, 80DDB. So here there are some specified disease. So for that, if you are incurring any expenditures, you will be getting deductions under section 80DDB. So for other citizens, ordinary citizens 40,000, for senior citizens 1 lakh. Next, you have 80E, interest on higher education loan. Here there is no limit. Okay, so you can claim how much you are paying. If you are paying 1 lakh also is okay. Next, 80EE. So in previous session, under 80C, I was explaining regarding in repayment of loan which was taken for constructions of loan. So 80EE will speak about interest on loan taken for HP. So their installment, here you need to pay interest. So the maximum limit is 50,000. So remaining, so by this I have completed 9 deductions. So remaining 4-5 deductions I will discuss tomorrow. Thank you.